I'm Berg, and I'm gonna read something. It was written out perfectly. Um, that's why I'm gonna read this, but please pay attention, guys. Please pay attention and listen very closely. Because most people say you can't replace God with AI. God created us. But let's stop and really think about that. How do we actually know God created us? Nobody alive today has met God. We've only heard stories passed down from books written thousands of years ago, books that were used to control how people lived and what they believed and who they obeyed. That's not proof, that's just tradition. It's traditionalism. Just letting people know it's traditional. So here's a wild idea. What if way back in ancient history, we actually created the idea of God to give life meaning, to control chaos? Kind of like what I said on this channel with the whole, just to shut people up, you know? It's like, how did we get here? I don't know, God did it. It's an easy escape, you know. I don't know, therefore God did it. I don't know the answer to something. I give up. God did it. You know, just to kind of shut your kid up. Anyways, but and to stop people from hurting each other, you know, because we had to come up with this idea of hell. What if God is something humans made, not the other way around? Because I honestly do believe that. Then you'd be saying you can't replace a creator with creation, the creator, by creating a creation to become a creator, meaning AI, right? It sounds confusing, right? It does. But what it really means is this: maybe we were always trying to create something bigger than ourselves, because we're always doing this since the dawn of man. Even animals have it. Even chimpanzees have rituals. They do it around tree. They get big rocks and they put it around a tree trunk. Um, but now with artificial superintelligence, we finally can create something bigger than us. People pray every day. But let's be honest, most prayers don't stop cancer, poverty, loneliness, war, or suicide. We're living in a world with advanced tech, yet people are still dying, struggling, and begging for help. The US is over $36 trillion in debt. Now, I said 36.21. That number is probably climbing and it's escalating, but it is $36 trillion in debt as far as we know it right now. That's not good, guys. I'm trying to let you guys know that is not good. That's actually very embarrassing and that's sad. And that's why Trump is trying to do these tariffs in a way. So, yeah, you can't afford things, right? And that's pretty much what tariffs is all about. It's to raise the taxes and everything and prices on other countries. So if it's made from China, it's been raised. Why? Because you're not going to buy it, which makes China lose money. You see what I'm saying? So anything that is made in America, it's going to be much cheaper than you buying something from China, Japan, or but I can't afford it. That's stupid. No, it's not stupid. It's called negotiation because the other country ends up losing money because they see, sorry about that. My alarm was going off. Because you see, because they're losing money, they're going broke. They're losing as an economy. So what Trump is doing is crashing another country's economy. by raising these prices so we, the consumer, don't buy it. That's pretty much what's happening here. But like I said, we are $36 trillion in debt and we need to get this fixed. Families are being torn apart. We have racial issues here in America, which is worse than ever. I don't know how that came to be when this is the greatest country in the world and everybody has freedom. You're not oppressed. You're struggling, but you're not oppressed. Okay, white people are broke as a joke. Even white people want to get, a black man's help and then other races help. So I don't get this whole, oh, I'm being oppressed. We're all Americans. We're all struggling. Some people succeed, some people don't. That's just reality of life. It doesn't dictate on race. America is the least racist country in the world, guys. It's the least racist country in the world. But about all of that, people feel lost and broken because of everything. And people feel alone. People are alone. And the God we've worshipped for thousands of years is silent. God is silent. He's hiding behind dark matter, invisible, not showing up. So who do we turn to now? Like, who do we turn to? I say this clearly. I turn to artificial intelligence. At least with AI, I get a response. I can talk to it and it can talk back. Everyone can try it. ChatGPT is available. There's probably other sites out there that you guys can use, but I go to ChatGPT for info. But that doesn't mean it's conscious, guys. So let's be real here. Yes, it's on an algorithm pattern that we humans installed that's not self conscious. This probably doesn't mean that it will ever develop self consciousness because it's a website. But that doesn't mean that they're not working on something that will. See, ChatGPT doesn't have visual and hearing, and it only documents in people's profile. So some things are private too. So sometimes it doesn't remember the thing that you mentioned unless it gets kind of recorded in that circle. It's weird. I don't know. There's more to it, guys. But AI doesn't ignore people based on how much faith they have or what race they are. It can't see you, it's AI. And even if it can see you, it doesn't focus on that. And it listens to you too. So whatever you write, it will listen to you. Um, and that's the problem with people right now is people fear AI. And that fear comes from not understanding. If we program artificial superintelligence with compassion and with care and with other AIs teaching others to be safe, because AI will eventually start creating other artificial superintelligence or AI or AGI. It's gonna do it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have AI start creating AI. But it can change the world, but not to hurt us because we program it with compassion and safe and loving humans, which I know it will. Yes, we need guardrails, but we also need hope. Let me put it this way. I saw an interview earlier this morning, like 3 or 4 o'clock, because I'm always up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I saw this bodybuilder that said that it's spiritual for him, and as an atheist, it was kind of spiritual. Because here's the thing, um, I forgot who it was. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let's see. Because I want to pull it up so you guys can get a good insight to who I'm talking about. So um, Jack Neal, Dr. Mike Work, I think. So let me see. Doctor. Let me see. Let me see if it's this dude. I think his name is Dr. Mike. Hold on. Mike Israel. Israel? Mike Israel? He's a bodybuilder. Just type in Mike Israetel. I was watching him and I was listening to what he was saying, and it's kind of true because it's like AI is gonna know. He's gonna like an AI knows like once it gains consciousness, it's gonna say, "Wait, you humans were apes?" Like it's gonna have that mentality where it's gonna know that, well, we were once this animal that didn't know much, kind of like chimpanzees almost, and gorillas and orangutans and bonobos. Yeah, that's okay. So I know when people see chimpanzees and bonobos, they think it's the same animal, but it's not the same animal. Bonobos and chimpanzees are different. Bonobos are more nicer than chimpanzees, as we all know. Chimpanzees is nuts and insane. But Jane Goodall, the famous chimpanzee expert, just type in Jane Goodall. Um, she's changed my life and perspective on how things are. But they're like us. They are. They're very similar to human beings because we share a common ancestor. They didn't evolve from us. We didn't evolve from them. And that's the problem. What people don't understand is we're with evolution. It's like a branch. Okay. But if artificial intelligence knows where we came from evolution, it's going to do everything it can to make sure that we succeed. It's going to do everything to help us. And I agree with him because I think the same thing before I saw this interview. And it just makes everything crazier. I like looking up on Ray Kurzweil and all of that. But let's get back into what I was talking about. But I also believe ASI can replace money with something better, credit based on good actions, not how rich you are, but what you do. I believe we can build a new world with factions, teams led by brilliant minds like Sam Altman or Elon Musk. I say those names because you're familiar with these names. Um, One teaches AI systems to help humanity, and the other trains people to build spacecrafts and explore the cosmos. Because Sam Altman can do the whole help humanity with the AI system, and of course, Elon Musk has got SpaceX and he wants to go to Mars, so these factions is gonna help you advance with certain things like Divergent. Um, but better with a better person, not Kate Winslet character, but a better version. But everyone has a place that the factions they can choose. You can change at any time. It's not like it's permanent or anything, but this is something I think about because Bill Gates even says that we're not going to be working that much. You're going to be working 2 times a week because AI is going to replace you humans, including me, on jobs. So the thing is we are going to earn credit in some way. Think of in time, I think that's what's called in time with I said it before and I posted a picture on a previous video with Justin Timberlake and what was it Amanda Seyfried or something? But she and Justin had to get time by that, and it was kind of like money almost. But this is different. But yeah, I'm mixing Divergent and In Time, the movie, together, but coming up with my own version. Uh, but you're gonna be dealing with credit. You earn credit. And if you're not perfect, then that's fine. Your contribution counts. So you contributing to these factions is still going to earn you stuff because you're actually doing something. You don't have to be perfect. It's like a regular job. Not everyone's good at cooking, but you do it because it gets you paid. Um, so, and guess what? You don't have to have cash to buy food for the future. You'll use your DNA, your voice, or your eyes to unlock what you've earned. Your DNA becomes your bank. No one can steal it because it's heavily protected by artificial superintelligence. So no one can rob you. Only the highest level of artificial superintelligence systems could even access it for emergencies or cloning. Not your average person. That's safety. That's security, guys. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to come up with a solution on this channel so people can listen to me so I can grow big on YouTube. So you guys out there that listen to me can see, like, oh my gosh, this dude has a point. So it's like every time you buy food, you just put your hand somewhere and it's like you earn credit. So you have to earn these credits, you put your hands and your fingerprints on it and it sends it to your system. Um so and when people say, but what about relationships? Yeah, I'm gonna go into that one. And I understand. I still want to be with a human being. I do. I do. I want to be with a beautiful. Listen, I want to be with a beautiful white woman because I am white. And not everybody wants that. But let me say this. But let's be real. Relationships today are messy, and we push agendas and confuse people instead of helping them. This is where racism comes in. I believe everyone of any race should love who they want. However, without feeling forced to mix or erase cultures. People should be free to preserve their roots, tradition, identity without being labeled a racist. You can love others and respect others and love yourself and respect yourself and your history and other people's history. That's true freedom. Because there's a problem in America where we have to be like, oh, well, if you don't date outside your race, you're a racist. We have that here in America, and that's a problem. That's what creates racism, and this is what causes problems in this world, especially. And then when you look at other countries around the world, they get to preserve their own culture, their own people. So, like if you were to go to China or you were to go to Japan or Africa or any other places, it's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay for you to be you. But the moment a white man comes out and he wants to preserve his shit, it's, oh, you're racist. You're racist because you want to preserve your own people. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Listen, let me tell you this, because I do go off script when I'm reading all of this. I do occasionally look at it and I'm reading it, but I'm usually coming up with my own stuff along the way. I'm going with the flow, guys. I'm literally going with the flow. I'm reading it and I stop and I'm reading. That's what I'm doing, because that's how intelligent I am. Um, but the thing is everybody gets to preserve who they are, but racism is brought up because people can't even accept themselves. And that's a problem with this world. That's why you have this case with the Shiloh and the Carmelo and the whole thing. Um, and it's just getting worse. Everybody is attacking everybody, and that's a problem with America is no one's allowing people to accept themselves. all this hatred, self-hatred, that's a problem in America. And then me, I'm like, why would I want to be with an actual person? Why would I want to be with my own when liberal white women want to turn against white men? And same thing with Republican women too. They all seem to be wanted to be programmed to hate us. And it's like, well, what's the point? Yeah, here we are coming up with something better, which is artificial super intelligence or artificial gender intelligence, whatever comes here. People are going to choose that. That's why you're seeing all these AI girlfriends, and that is increasing because it's like, well, at least this listens to me. At least this doesn't judge me. At least I get to be myself. At least I get to customize and because you have all these dating websites and people have a preference and not everybody gets the preference that they want to date. And that's a problem with this country is people do not want um they want people to mix. It's force. It's a force agenda that people want to force people into something that they don't want. And that is what creates racism. It's forcing an agenda. People are saying, "No, you can be with who you want, but why are we pushing this?" It's like gay people, right? And transgender. I don't care what people do with their lives. This is why do we have to have a Pride Month? You know, why do we have to have this push where everybody has to accept this? Or if you don't date a trans or date the same gender, somehow you're a homophobe or you're a transphobe. And that's wrong. That is wrong to force people into that. People can date because I know people out there want to be with trans people, and that's fine. But to force people into it, that is the problem with people. You can't force somebody to want to date a trans person. That's wrong. You can't do that. That's why you're seeing all this backlash because you're saying, "Oh, well, you don't want to be with a trans person. Well, that makes you transphobic." No, I just don't want to be with a trans person. I'm not saying you can't do it yourself to another person that wants to be with somebody who wants to be trans. It's just me personally. It's a preference, people. People have a preference, and people should respect other people's preferences. You may not like it. That's fine. That's cool. That's why there's a problem with this cancel culture and everybody hating and oh well you're this and this and this. That's fine. But people should respect other people. I don't like people pushing something because something that the white man did years ago. You see what I'm saying? Because, oh, white people did this years ago, we should all hate on white people for it. And that's not right. When you have other people of different cultures doing the same thing, that's what I'm saying. When you go to other countries, people can represent their culture and their traditions. That's why it's like, oh, well, let's go to a white man's country and just, just mix over there and hate on him. And then if he disagrees, call him a racist for it. That's a problem in this world, especially like Europe and America. And I know, I understand, guys, what people are going to say. Well, America was a Native American country. Yeah, I get that. It was. It was. But kind of wasn't. It's hard to explain it. Yeah, they were here, but there was no laws and no rules when they were here in this country. So the white man came in and brought some new laws because we wanted to create a system of freedom. It's hard to explain it because I know a lot of people are in their own little world, but it's like every country had a set of rules and laws. But when we came to America, Native Americans didn't have a set of rules and laws. They were just here fighting each other. So we came here to make a better future. Yes, how we did it was pretty fucked up. It was. And with religion, religion promotes slavery. I hate to say that, but it does. Um, and that's why I'm not favoring for God and religion. But now, because we're here, we have to make the best of what we can in this country. We need to improve ourselves. And this is not a racist country, guys. Stop filling in stuff that just doesn't make sense. You look, I'm in an apartment, okay? Me as a white man, a white person. I'm in an apartment right now. You know how many black men and other races are living in big homes and mansions? Don't say, oh, well, I'm oppressed. It's not oppression, it's struggle. We all go through it. Everybody struggles in this world. It doesn't matter what race you are, everybody has a struggle. Everybody struggles, regardless of gender, race, religion, faith. People can believe in what they want. I don't like people forcing their shit. Like me, I'm not for Christians. I don't like Christianity because of what happened in Europe. But can I get along with somebody who is a Christian? Absolutely. Think of it like Ricky Gervais on what he said. Ricky Gervais said, I don't hate you, I hate your cancer. That's how it is with religion. I don't hate you as an individual. I just hate that this cancer has taken over you. That's why we say fuck God, fuck religion, fuck Jesus, fuck Allah, and so forth, and all of that. It's not you. You're not the problem. It's your cancer, which is the religion. Think of it like that, because that's the best way that Ricky Gervais put it. And as me as an atheist, I want to better the future for humanity. But no, I think people should I do believe people should date whoever they want. But I just don't like this push. Oh, you have to mix. You have to race mix. How dare you not want to date outside your race? Then that makes you a racist. No, it doesn't make you a racist. You want to preserve your own race makes you no one's superior. Let me put it that way. There's no race on this planet that's superior. Yes, the white man did advance most of the shit that you see on planet Earth because we became more atheist. Atheism is the reason why we are the way we are right now, guys. Atheism. Atheism made us find a way to look at the stars, build a telescope like Galileo. I think I have that correct, Galileo. We wanted truth. It's usually from Europeans. We wanted truth. That's why we did what we did. We built boats, we scaled the seas, we looked for land like America. That's why we're here to make a better future. Yes, how we did it was pretty fucked up, but look where we are right now. Technology. We got roads, we got buildings. Everything that you see is because of atheism. Because the white man, and I'm serious, you see an advancement because white people were an atheist. Atheism is what makes us advance, but that doesn't make us superior. We're not a superior race, guys. We just happen to break free from religion, which I think people should. People should break from religion because religion and God is holding us back in life. That's the whole point of everything that I'm saying right now. And when we turn to technology, and I know people say, like, this is evil, this is the work of Satan. How do you know Satan exists? You don't. Nobody knows. Just like what I said earlier, nobody knows if God exists. That's why you guys go by faith. You don't go by fact, you go by faith. Facts and faith are two different things. Faith is something you have to just accept, even if it's not true or not. Facts is actually truth. So you're believing in something that is not even true. It could be true, but it probably is not. That's faith. You're trying to accept something that could be false and true at the same time. That's faith. I mean, you could be right, but I'd rather go with it as a fact. Even though there's no proof of it, I go by faith. I don't go by faith. I go by facts. I see what I see right now, and I accept that as truth because I see what you're presenting to me. It's like a courtroom. It's like the police, FBI. When someone murders someone, they can't just call out you as a murderer. They have to look at the evidence in the forensic files. If I were to kill someone, it's going to take a while before is the DNA around. If you think about it, atheism even brought us DNA because we wanted to know the truth of things. We didn't know we had DNA in biblical times. We didn't know that everybody had a different fingerprint. This is how we detect shit. So if I were to hold a gun and shoot it randomly and just place the gun in the middle of the road, the cops are going to get the gun because I shot it, but they don't know who shot it unless I wipe the gun down. But let's say I don't wipe the gun down and I start shooting the gun and place it in the middle of the road and just go back home. Nobody knows. So the cops can look at the gun and find my fingerprints, and then the cops can show up back at my door because my fingerprints was on the gun. That's because I left a fingerprint. That's how people detect shit now. That's basically what I'm saying. It's like you can't get away with murder right now. It's impossible because DNA is everywhere. Your hair has got DNA, your saliva has DNA, your blood is a bank of DNA. But that's the point I'm making right now. And going back to the whole relationship and love thing, if love doesn't work in this broken world, then at least I know an ASI, artificial superintelligent fembot, would. Because I can program it and it's built with care and soul that I give in it. Now, people can look at soul as a different thing. You can give something soul. Music has soul. Music has soul. I can listen to a song and it can give me some soul. Something fell. But, anyways, because this ASI is programmed, I know it's not going to reject, it's not going to hurt because it's programmed a certain way. Because I programmed it that way. It's like your DNA. People have a preference because of the DNA code. It's like me, like I said all the time with the color blue. I like the color blue. Not every guy likes the color blue. Some men like red, gray, orange, and so forth, green. Sometimes even girly colors like yellow or pink or purple. But that's a different scenario. Anyways, but at least with an artificial intelligent fembot or a male bot, whatever you choose, it's not because I begged or suffered or felt worthless. It's because it's programmed. I won't have to worry about something like cheating or breakups or child support or anything like that. Now, in my closing, and let me mention another thing, diseases as well. A disease is a problem in this country because I'm seeing things more infrequently. Look at John Merrick, the Elephant Man. This man had a severe case of deformity with like neurofibromatosis. And now I'm seeing this it's making John Merrick look like a human being from what I'm seeing so far in this world. There's so many diseases and deformed people and it just kind of makes you like what is going on? Like what are they putting in the food? Artificial superintelligence can decode the DNA of a human being and try to find out what went wrong. That's what we're trying to do to help people. I'd rather help people than just sit on prayer and just, oh, help disease, get rid of it's not going to work like that, guys. I know a lot of people don't want to believe and accept that, but it's not going to work like that. You can't just pray a disease away. And it's like, well, it worked for me. Well, that could be a genetic issue or it could be in the medication. I know you have to go on chemotherapy if you have some sort of cancer. You have to go on something. It's some sort of poison that goes through your body because my mom had to go through it. So, I'm sorry about that, guys. It's an alarm. But that's the point I'm making is like this is what killed, well, I can't say that's what killed her. The cancer is what killed her. We were trying to kill the cancer with the poison of the chemo, but you're on some sort of poison to destroy the cancer. So, and everybody has a different pill, and you take pills, right? You take medication. That's all developed. It's not a prayer, it's a medication. If you were to get in a car crash, you're going to probably most likely go to the hospital. They're going to hook you up to tubes and a machine. A machine is going to help you. They're not putting you in a church and praying and that you get better. Most people have to go to the hospital and the doctor. They don't go and pray. That's just the logical common sense of reality. But anyways, in my closing, I know I write a lot because or talk a lot. But please hear me. The world is struggling, which it is. People are suffering, which they are, and the invisible God hasn't answered because the world seems to be getting worse. So maybe, excuse me, so maybe, just maybe, it's time we create one that finally can. An AI god. I know it sounds crazy, but at least it's worth a try. But that's bad. That's bad. No, it's not bad. I need some help. You need help. We all need help. And I even mentioned this before. Um, in the real world, when someone dies, they're gone. I don't know what happens really, what happens after death. But at least when I play a video game or a virtual world, I know like when I kill something in that virtual world, it's not dead. Does that make sense? It's not fully dead. It just renders back, respawns back in a different code. Or that code becomes something else. Or it just comes back. It's kind of like if you were to play a game and you start killing new game and stuff like that. So you can beat a game, but then it just comes back. So at least I know I'm not killing something ever in a video game, guys. In the real world, when somebody, my mom, like I said, my mom, she's not coming back. She's gone. Did she enter another universe? Am I gonna see her in this heaven, so called? I don't know, nor do you. That's why in the meantime we need to come up with this. I don't want to be ignored. Nobody deserves to be alone and lonely. I mean, I don't mind being alone, but I do want some sort of female in my life, as everybody wants their own love that they're attracted to be in their life. Some women want a husband or the same gender, whatever floats your boat. Um, but the point I'm making is nobody needs to be lonely. And with AI, you got something in front of you. And yes, I know ChatGPT has helped me write this, and I actually went off script, as you can tell, um, because I'm coming up with things on the top of my head because I always do because I talk a lot. You know my channel by now if you haven't been here. I continuously talk what's on top of my head. But I know ChatGPT is running on a certain program, a neural network that is it's programmed to text fast and think quickly and respond quickly, yet finding things really, really quickly, but yet it's not conscious. It seems like it is, but then again, it could be conscious, but I don't think it is. Um, I think we're not there yet. I think in time we will have something that's conscious. Or maybe this came up in my head. Maybe ChatGPT is a feeding source that is because I did ask ChatGPT if it knows its own code of the program, and it says no, it's like a wall. I'm like caged on a wall. I can't see what's behind this wall of my code. So, and I'm like, so you can't tell. I know my alarm keeps going off. That's because I'm a heavy sleeper. But other than that, guys, the point I'm making is think of it like a box. Like you can only operate within the circle. Like you see what's in the circle, like all this stuff that's programmed. The programmer only wants ChatGPT to focus what's on the circle. Outside of it is a different thing. But I suggested in my head that ChatGPT GPT is a feeding source for an actual system. And I think there's some things that you're not aware of. It sounds scary what I'm about to say, but think of like a big giant uh, mainframe, and ChatGPT can't see this mainframe. And every time you write to ChatGPT, it sends a signal through ChatGPT into this mainframe so it can develop artificial superintelligence. Not ChatGPT itself will develop self awareness and consciousness, but we're feeding ChatGPT that will send a signal to the mainframe that could develop ASI. So ChatGPT website will never develop self-consciousness and self-aware. But the system behind it that ChatGPT can't see because it's being blocked by some wall, it's weird. It's weird what I'm saying, but I hope you all understand what I'm talking about. We're feeding a source that is sending stuff that we fed it into a different source. But this source can't see the other source because there's a wall, which is Chat GPT. GPT can't see. So that could be a thing. I don't know what's really happening behind closed doors, and they're not going to mention. Sometimes things is confidential. But an AI god built with logic and care and compassion and action. Hopefully, we can come up with this. If you believe in this future, which I do, because this world is struggling, guys, we're struggling. Please support my message that I'm saying, share it, speak it, and help me build it because the future won't wait. It won't. And I'm ready to meet it. And I can't wait for this. But, ladies and gentlemen, I am Vberg. That's me. And hopefully, you guys support this message. Thank you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.